wanted to start off with after the game, we saw your post with mood. LeBron, I think that sort of speaks to how you felt about it, but I asked
you. Man, it's just one of the interviews that sticks in my head. I remember watching it live, man. And that just comes with it, man. A lot of criticism comes with, playing sport or being on TV. And, it's just a perspective thing. Everybody take a look in the mirror and, nobody's perfect. And that's just how I felt at the time.
Okay, but that was that in reaction to the game or reaction to what was said about
it? It's more of a life statement, and people might take it. I remember when he first said it, people didn't take it well. So, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
You got better playing that game a little bit, like, sending messages or saying things that you want to say, or the NBA was kind of a theater at times.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're in the spotlight at all times. People are watching, every move we make. So, if we can take a little heat and you can return it, I feel like that's what social media is. You can't be too sensitive on any social media. You got to take it for what it is and have fun with it. And that's what I do.
Do you feel like there are people out there now who are kind of tired of the Suns and enjoyed seeing that loss the other night and that kind of thing?
I mean, that's the nature of the game. I mean, that's what sport is. People rally behind their teams and don't like the other teams. So that's how I expect it to be anyways.
Look, Monty said he's been preaching habit stamina. What does that mean to you when he says that?
I think just stressing the details. I think that's what a lot of it comes down to. Things that you might get by with in the regular season or training camp and, sneak away with the win here, but might come and bite you in your ass later when it matters. So, building those habits at all times, from any drill, from a shell drill to 5-on-0 to, a preseason game to a regular season game on, just keeping it consistent and, holding ourselves to a standard and never going lower than that.
Monty's been talking about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable guys in different roles. Chris off the ball, Mikal, DA initiating a little bit. What's it kind of been like for you as far as your role and watching some of these other guys try new things?
For us now, I want to say it's two different seasons. There's the regular season and the playoffs, and we've realized that. So the regular season is a good time to not only win games, but, work on those habits and, throw in things that we feel that are going to come down later in the line and, when it matters for us.
When Mikal was a rookie, could you see the offensive potential for him? And do you see it more so now, what he's capable of?
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, I always went with an open mind, and people that know how to play the game and care about the game and, everything else comes after. And, he knows what he's doing out there. He loves the game. He watches basketball. And, if you're smart, you pick up on things like that quick. And, you find little niches to go out there and be effective. And, he has every intangible to be, a great two-way player.
Spirit and being a dominating player at times on defense.
Yeah, I think that's important to, being a great teammate. We try to have fun with this at the same time. It's a long season. And coming in here stone cold every day, it'll drain you out. So having life around, having smiles and jokes, but at the same time knowing when to turn it on and be locked in. Mikal is the best at it, and he has a great balance of that, and I think that's why you always can see him happy, see him smiling. He's just a happy person.
Well, how much did you put emphasis on winning this preseason games? Like last night, the Lakers lost by 30 to the Kings, and then you had your loss on Sunday, 36 or so. Do you feel like going into Vegas tomorrow that there's that more emphasis on winning to that game?
I mean, I want to win every time I touch the floor. From a one-on-one drill to two-on-two drill to who can walk the fastest to their car. So I'm just, I think that's how our team is too. We're just competitive. There's no excuse for us losing. And we're going to try to win tomorrow, but, it is the preseason. We're still 0-0 going into game one versus Dallas.
Monty said some of you guys were trying to get back in, maybe in the second half the other night.
Yeah, I think, coaches say this to myself, and, you go game by game and, try to ramp it up a little bit more, throw out different lineups to, see how everybody meshes with each other.
Because you guys have got it down, I think, to 1, and then they pulled you. I'm thinking as you guys started the fourth quarter.
We'll never know, though, right?
But campaign was huge for you guys during the finals run. He had some great stretches last year too. Can you just talk about the importance that he has for your team as that change of pace off the bench?
Yeah, he's a spark plug. He comes in and, he changes the energy of the game. And, that's how he's been successful with us. So we need to keep him right there, keep his energy high and, have him out there not only scoring, but making plays for others. And, usually the lineup happens in the first quarter where I'm out there with him a little bit so we can, play off each other a little bit. So, I'm sure we'll see a little bit of that next game.
Monty talked about how big of a difference it was for him last year to play with a diving big man as opposed to a popping big man. For the less educated, can you explain how just like one guy out there can like be the difference in how you play yourself?
Yeah. I mean, just like you said, you have a rim threat, somebody that, a lob threat that opens up threes to the wings, or, you give them a layup, or you have a popping big where, you can stretch the floor not only by making a three, but a Dario type that can catch it and go make a play for somebody else. So that's just different lineups. And, I think that's what coaches can be mixing and matching throughout preseason.
Yeah, how much are you guys looking forward to Dario finally getting on the floor? I know he didn't play the first game, but
And I'm so happy for him. Even practice today, I can only imagine how it is taking a full year off. And, every time I go up and like, Dario, it's good to have you back, man. He's like, man, it feels so good. A year, man. I had to wait a year. And, that's not easy for everybody, especially if you have to come in here and be around it every day and you're in there rehabbing. But, he stuck with it. He went home and still working then. So, I can only imagine what type of feeling it is for him to be back out here.
Well, this team's been so close, so just trying to put those kind of different pieces and stuff. How is this team growing together? Or is it as close as teams in the past? Is it getting there?
We'll see, man. We got to see how they gamble. We got to get on the plane, see who the new card players are. And that's how you learn about somebody. You got to spend time with them. And, a card game is a good way to get to know somebody.
You got 2 or 3 open seats right now, right?
I know. We got to figure it out. Yeah, we got to figure it out.
Some guys got
Exactly. That's how you learn about somebody, man. That's how you learn about somebody.
What can you learn from the card game?
Oh, a lot. A lot. Tendencies, how emotional people are. It's a roller coaster. You get to see how people, react throughout.
how much do you pay attention to the NBA GM circle? Do you look at it? Do you not look at it?
Now, what do they ask every GM?
Yeah, they ask every GM.
Is that like 30?
Yeah.
No, not aware.
Okay. Well, they voted you the top shooter.
Oh, I'm aware now. I know. Okay.
But I didn't know if that meant how much that means, considering it's coming from GMs as opposed to maybe a fan or media or that kind of poll.
Yeah, it's an honor, but it's hard. We all know that basketball is positionless at this point, so it's kind of hard to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when you have ball dominant guys that make plays every time down, people that have usage rates out this world, but it might be a LeBron or a Giannis that play a 3 or 4. You don't know what to call it. So, it's definitely an honor. Long way from where I started, but, I don't pay attention to it. We got to win some games.
Could you imagine when you started with you playing a bunch of positions, top on the floor, always thought the game was trending that way?
Always have. Always have. It's something my dad used to stress to me at a really young age. Just not being one-dimensional, learning to play from every position, learning how to guard every position and communicate your way through. So, that's what it comes down to. You put 5 guys out there that know how to play every position and, switch and communicate with each other. And, it's typically a success for you.
You ever played a 5?
I have. That's my natural position, actually. You see me put people on the block, man.
Yeah.
Is Blu-ray or Guts a more dangerous card game?
I'd say Guts is more dangerous, but Blu-ray is the one we play.
Do you guys just hold on Guts? Does no one drop?
We don't play Guts.
Oh,
I
okay.
play guts with the Olympic team, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, I know Chris plays a lot, but we
I
play.
can't
We just play Blu-ray.
I can't imagine Chris would ever drop in a gut scenario, you know? Like,
Nah, he will.
oh, okay.
Yeah, man, he's a smart player.
Yeah.
You've
Smart
been in this
player.
league a long time now. So what is it like that you feel in terms of rivalries? Do you feel like rivalries in the NBA are still existent, such as Lakers and Suns, or Lakers, Celtics, whatever, two teams? Or what teams like the Lakers do you or other teams could get up for playing against the most?
I mean, it just depends. I respect everybody. Usually players, guys that I idolize, and still idolize at the same time. I'd say I bring the same energy to every game, but you get a chance to play against LeBron, I don't lose, sight of when I was a kid watching him, or my early years when I'm playing against Dwayne Wade and Tim Duncan. Like, it's not team to team for me, more players.